Atharvaveda, Kanda 15, Hymn 1, 7 verses. There was a roaming Vratya. He roused Prajapata to action. Prajapata beheld gold in himself and engendered it. That became unique. That became distinguished. That became great. That became excellent. That became devotion. That became holy fervor. That became truth. Through that he was born. He grew. He became great. He became Mahadeva. He gained the lordship of the gods, like pigs. He became lord. He became chief, Vratya. He beheld a bow, even that bow of Indra. His belly is dark blue, his back is red. With dark blue, he envelops a detested rival. With red, he pierces the man who hates him. So the theologians say. One of the things that we have is the red shift and the blue shift. In terms of whether something's going away or approaching. Hymn 15:2, 4 verses. He arose and went away to the eastern region, the Brahat, the Rapantara, the Adityas, and all the gods followed him. That man is alienated from the Brahat, the Rapantara, the Adityas, and all gods who rivals the Brahat, who possesses this knowledge. He that hath this knowledge becomes the beloved home of the Brahat, the Rapantara, the Adityas, and all the gods, likewise, in the eastern region. Faith is his demon. The hymn is panegyrist. Knowledge his vesture. Day his turban, night his hair. Indra's 2 bays, his circular ornaments, the splendor of the stars, his jewel. Present and future are his running footmen. Mind is his war chariot. Matarestan and Pavamana are they who draw it. Vita is his charioteer. Storm his goad. Fame and glory are his harbingers. Fame and glory come to him who hath this knowledge. He arose and went away to the southern region. Yajna, and Vamadevya, and sacrifice and sacrificer, and sacrificial victims followed him. The man who reviles the Vratya, possessing this knowledge, is alienated from Yajna, and Vamadevya, sacrifice, sacrificer, and sacrificial victims. He who hath this knowledge becomes the beloved home of Yajna, Vamadevya, sacrifice, sacrificer, and sacrificial victims. In the southern region, dawn is his lemon. Mitra, his panegyrist. Knowledge, his vesture. Day his turban, night his hair. Indra's 2 bays are his circular ornaments. New moon night and full moon night are his running attendants. Mind is his war chariot. Matarestan and Pavamana are they who draw it. Vata is his charioteer, storm his goad, fame and glory are his harbingers, fame and glory come to him who hath this knowledge. He arose and went away to the western region, Vaerupa and Vaevraja. The waters and King Varuna followed him. He who reviles the Vratya, possessing this knowledge, is alienated from Vaerupa and Vaevraja. The waters and Varuna, the king. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the dear home of Vaerupa and Vaeraja, the waters and King Varuna. In the western region, Ibra is his lemon. Laughter is his panegyrist. Knowledge his vesture. Day his turban. Night his hair. Indra's 2 bays are his circular ornament. New moon night. And full moon night are his running attendants. Mind is his war chariot. Matarisvan and Pavamana are they who draw it. Vata is his charioteer. Storm his goad. Fame and glory are his harbingers. Fame and glory come to him who hath this knowledge. Day and night are his running attendants. Okay. He arose and went away to the northern region, Syaeta and Aldasa, the 7 rishis, and King Soma followed him. He who reviles the Vratya, possessing this knowledge, is alienated from Syaeta. Sacrifice, sacrificer, and sacrificial victims. He who hath this knowledge becomes the beloved home of Syaeta, the dear home of Syaeta. In the northern region, lightning is his lemon, thunder is his panegyrist, knowledge is his vesture, day his turban, night his hair. Indra's 2 bays are his circular ornaments. Revelation and tradition are his running attendants. Mind is his war chariot. Syaeta are they who draw it. Vita is his charioteer, storm is goad, fame and glory his harbingers, fame and glory come to him who hath this knowledge. All this etc. has made things difficult. Because see, in verse 4, starting with the etceteras, we have alienated from Syaeta, etc. He who hath this knowledge becomes the dear home of Syaeta, etc. In the northern region, lightning is his lemon, thunder is panegyrist, etc. as above. Revelation and tradition are his running attendants, mind, etc. as above. So are you replacing things, or are you repeating the formula? It actually varies per thing. And in verse 3, we have laughter his panegyrist, knowledge, etc. And before that, we have mind, etc. as in stanza 1. And so hymn 15:3, 11 verses. For a whole year he stood erect. The gods, lightnings, said unto him, Why standest thou, O Vratya? He answered and said, Let them bring my couch. They brought the couch for that Vratya. 2 of its feet were summer and spring, and 2 were autumn and the rains. Barahat and Ratantara were 2 long boards, Yajna, and Vamadevya. The 2 crossboards, holy verses, were the strings lengthwise, and Yajus, formulas, the cross tapes. Sacred lore was the blanket, devotion, the coverlet, the saman was the cushion, the chanting, the bolster, the bratya ascended the couch. The host of gods were his attendants, solemn vows the messengers, and all creatures his worshippers. All creatures became the worshippers of him who possesses this knowledge. Now, we are spoken to through our qualities. There is no part of me that is not of the God, or, the gods, as you're probably supposed to say it in the Gnostic Mass. The Crowley's Gnostic Mass refers to the devatas. And so you represent not gods, but, spiritual beings. There's qualities of you that connect to qualities of them. And that's how they communicate when you're, as the word is yachiti, is the unity from each side. Hymn 15:4, 6 verses. In other words, evoke yourself as you're invoking, right? 6 verses. For him they made the 2 spring months, protectors from the eastern region, and Brahat and Ratantara superintendents. The 2 spring months protect from the eastern region, and Brahat and Ratantara superintend. The man who possesses this knowledge, for him they made the 2 summer months protectors from the southern region, and Yajna, and Vamadevya superintendents. The 2 summer months protect from the southern region. Mutendis. They made up the 2 rain months, his protectors, from the western region, and Va'erupa and Va'araja superintendents. The 2 rain months, protectors from the western region. They made the 2 autumn months his protectors from the northern region, and Syaeta and Naldasa superintendents. The 2 autumn months protectors from the northern region. They made the 2 winter months his protectors from the region of the Natter, and Earth and Agni superintendents. The 2 winter months, etc. They made the 2 dewy months his protectors from the region of the zenith, the heaven, and the Adityas superintendents. The 2 dewy months, etc. Protect from the zenith. Okay. And are you supposed to continue? Berhat and Ratantara superintend the man who possesses this knowledge. For him they made the 2, whichever months they're referring to, protectors from such and such reason, and Yajna, and the Vamadevya superintendents. Okay. Yeah, things get confusing with the etceteras because some of it's replacement, some of it isn't, and they don't do this in the Bible. Oh, it says hallelujah, and you don't need to say that, or etc. I've never seen such a thing. Hymn 15:5, 7 verses. For him they made the archer Baba, a deliverer from the intermediate space of the eastern region. Baba the archer, a deliverer, delivers him from the intermediate space of the eastern region. Neither Sarva, nar Bhava, nar Asana slays him who possesses this knowledge, are his cattle, are his kinsmen. They made Sarva, the archer, his deliverer from the intermediate space of the southern region. Neither Sarva, nor Bhava, nor Asana slays him who possesses this knowledge, are his cattle, are his kinsmen. Mutantis. They made Pasupati, the archer, his deliverer from the intermediate space of the western region. Neither Sarva, nor Bhava, nor Isana slays him who possesses this knowledge, are his cattle, are his kinsmen. They made the awful god, the archer, his deliverer from the intermediate space of the northern region. Neither Sarva, nor Bhava, nor Isana slays him who possesses this knowledge, are his cattle, are his kinsmen. They made Rudra, the archer, his deliverer from the intermediate space of the region of the Natter. Neither Sarva, nor Bhava, nor Isana slays him who possesses this knowledge, are his cattle, are his kinsmen. They made Mahadeva, his deliverer from the intermediate space of the region of the zenith. Neither Sarva, nor Bhava, nor Isana slays him who possesses this knowledge, are his cattle, are his kinsmen. They made Isana, the archer, his deliverer from all the intermediate regions. Isana, the archer, a deliverer, delivers him from all the intermediate regions. Neither Sarva, nor Bhava, nor Isana slays him who possesses this knowledge, are his cattle, are his kinsmen. So, we see where the pentagram rites and stuff originate, right? Is because people were learning some of this material. And they're like, okay, this direction, that direction, that direction, and this entity, or maybe the same thing. And so you learn the greater and the lesser pentagram and other shapy rites, right? 15:6, 9 verses. He went his way to the region of the Natter. Earth and Agni, and herbs and trees and shrubs and plants followed him. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the dear home of earth and Agni and herbs and trees and shrubs and plants. He went his way to the region of the zenith. Right and truth and sun and moon and stars followed him. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the dear home of earth and Agni and herbs and trees and shrubs and plants. Matetas Utantis. He went his way to the last region. Richas, summons, juice formulas, and devotion followed him. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the dear home of earth and Agni and herbs and trees and shrubs and plants. He went away to the great region. Itahasa and Purana and Gathas and Narasamsis followed him. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the dear home of earth and Agni and herbs and trees and shrubs and plants. He went away to the supreme region, the Ahavaniya, Rahapatya, and southern fires, and sacrifice and sacrificer and sacrificial victims followed him. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the dear home of earth and Agni and herbs and trees and shrubs and plants. He went away to the unindicated region, the seasons, groups of seasons, the worlds, and their inhabitants, the months and half-months, the day and night, followed him. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the dear home of earth and Agni and herbs and trees and shrubs and plants. He went away to the unfrequented region. Thence he thought that he should not return. Ditte and Aditte and Ida and Indrani followed him. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the dear home of earth and Agni and herbs and trees and shrubs and plants. He went away to the regions. Vivraj and all the gods and all the deities followed him. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the dear home of earth and Agni and herbs and trees and shrubs and plants. He went away to all the intermediate spaces. Prajapati and Parameshtan and the Father and the Great Father followed him. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the beloved home of Prajapati and Parameshtan and the Father and the Great Father. Okay, that kind of indicates that with all the other ones, it should have been he who possesses this knowledge becomes the home of right and truth and sun and moon and stars. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the home of the last region, Riches, summons, Yajus formulas, and devotion. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the home of the great region, Itihasa, Purana, Gathas, Narasamsis. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the home of the Ahavaniya, Garhapatya, southern fires, sacrifice, sacrificer, and sacrificial victims. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the groups of the seasons, the worlds, the inhabitants, the months, the half-months, the day and night. He who possesses this knowledge becomes unfrequented region, becomes the home for the unfrequented region. Ditte, Aditya, and Ida, Indrani. He who possesses this knowledge becomes the home for the regions Viraj and all the light beings and the functionaries. And so, yeah.